Today we're going to discuss the MFF and see how we can move there. We don't probably reach an agreement, but we see what are different positions. One part is, of course, the support to Ukraine and the promises we have given, but the other part is also what we can do for ourselves. And one of the crises that we didn't have when the MFF was put together was the war. That means that we also have to increase our own defense capabilities, and we also have to find ways to do it in addition to the national budgets. Of course, one of the big topics today is the situation in Middle East, and I hope that we reach agreement very, very soon. Israel has the right to defend itself against terrorism, but everybody is very worried about the humanitarian situation. So the humanitarian aid has to reach people in Gaza, and humanitarian laws have to be followed, which means that civilians cannot be targeted. This is the worry. And of course, we're going to discuss Ukraine and how we can keep the attention on supporting Ukraine while we have new conflicts. And there I will definitely raise the issue of using the frozen assets. A few weeks ago, we sent to the parliament in Estonia the law how we can use the frozen assets of Russia in order to restore and rebuild Ukraine. So basically, Ukraine's damages are registered in the War Crimes Registry in Hague, and Ukraine has a legitimate claim towards Russia, and we recognize that Russia has a claim towards us because we have their properties. So we settled those two claims, and so after the war ends, Russia or the oligarchs can go and if there is something left over after they have paid the reparations to Ukraine, so that they can settle between themselves. But this is the way we can use actually the frozen assets that we have right now to the benefit of Ukraine, and not use our taxpayers' money, because we need the taxpayers' money for so many different issues.
There will be a fight for resources now with a new conflict arising in the Middle East. Maybe Israel will also need financial support. Do you think there will be a fight about the resources?
We're going to discuss this. I mean, we of course need to give humanitarian aid to Gaza and Israel and all the problems we have there. But as much as I have had discussions with other leaders, everybody agrees that it can be in addition to the help that we are giving to Ukraine. Now I didn't hear all the questions, so you first.
Thank you. Why is there a dispute among the 27 leaders on ceasefire wording about?
Well, this is a question that I will probably hear inside the room, because for me, I understand that everybody is concerned about the humanitarian aid reaching the people of Gaza, and there we have a same view. Palestinian people are not the terrorists. We can't make an equation there, and nobody's making that. So I think the worry is the same. If the words carry different meaning to different countries, then let's discuss and find the right words. But I think in principle, we have basic understanding.
The European Union agrees on the wording of the humanitarian help. Why does it matter for the people in Palestine or Israel?
It is important that the humanitarian aid reaches the people, and it's also very important that the humanitarian laws are followed. And the humanitarian laws say that you can't target civilian infrastructure or civilians. I think everybody's worried about the humanitarian situation in the region.
On ceasefire, do you think today there will be discussion on the table on
ceasefire?
The discussion is on pause and pauses. I mean, I can't go into the wordings, but again, for me, the understanding is the same, that everybody's understanding that Israel has the right to defend itself against terrorism, but at the same time, everybody's worried about the humanitarian situation and the humanitarian aid reaching the people, and the people who want to go from the region that they can go. So I think this is the goal, really. I will probably talk to him personally about this.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, well, I'm just asking why is this really necessary? But I've read his comments, public comments already. But I think this plays to Kremlin's court. Really, they are wanting to see us divided, and getting different fractures. That saying that you have different views is actually benefiting Kremlin and not benefiting European Union.
Are you afraid that the EU will be divided? Now we have Robert Fico, who's also more or less Orban.
I don't know him yet, so I will get acquainted and then we'll see. We'll deal with the problems when they arise.
Mr. Orban apologize for his Vladimir Putin?
I don't think he will. Well, you can't make anybody do that. But the question is, he's a war criminal. I mean, he has started this war of aggression against a sovereign country, and he has deported, children, and he's also arrest warrant has been given by the International Criminal Court. So I wouldn't want to be in the same picture with such a guy.
Are you worried that Orban will veto in the MFF the aid to Ukraine? And if you understand what he is asking in return, the list in the Hungarian bank has been around, so what do you think is real objective?
We will hear that. So far it has always been so that even if he says the wrong things and does the right things, then we are fine. But of course we will hear in the room what are his ideas. He has been quite critical of Ukraine and supporting Ukraine, but he has been part of it. So I hope that Hungary is being part of it and continues to be part of it.